Today on Great TV, we keep it safe on the Great with a gadget, and since it's an early morning time, we've got a little pick-me-up of a secret ingredient.
Great TV starts right now.
From the low country of South Carolina, it's the birthplace of American barbecue. It is Great TV. And with me, as always, Jack Waybor. He is the three-time South Carolina state champion, also the founder and purveyor of CarolinaPitmasters.com, a great cooking school that we do once a year or so.
Once a year, right now, yeah.
I've been there twice. Thumbs
Wonderful
up.
experience.
I've got my certificate. And my name's Bill West. I am the founder of BarbecueTricks.com. Also, not as nearly as an expert as you are. Have you been cooking any good meat?
We have, Bill. We were in Tryon, North Carolina last weekend cooking the big KCBS contest at Harmon Field. We picked up a fifth place whole hog. We had a wonderful time up there. It was hot, but we had a great time.
I mean, fifth place may not sound like a big deal, but I mean, there's a lot of cookers, right?
90 teams up there, Bill. We had a wonderful time. It was, like I said, it was hot. But thanks to Mike's Catering for taking us on up there and providing the big, huge fan to keep the air moving for us.
Fifth place, not bad.
Not bad at all.
Any surprises out there?
Surprises.
New teams?
New teams. There were a lot of new teams, actually. A few more than usual. Of course, all the big hitters were up there. The Tryon KCBS contest at Harmon Field is one of the Southeast premier contests. All the big hitters are in.
Nice place.
Well, nice.
Since today we're doing an early morning shoot. So this is our beverage of choice.
Beer, not beer today. Java Lane for me. What do you got, Bill?
At least we don't know what else is in that cup.
No, it's coffee, believe me.
This is coffee, and we've talked about, this is my favorite Starbucks French roast.
French roast, little Bucky plug there.
But I like it. I like it. So good morning, cheers.
Good morning.
Tony, are you set with coffee? Not. Tony doesn't have coffee. Tony's doing the regular shoot today.
Tony's on the shoot. Early morning guy, Tony is.
Good with us.
Morning, Tony.
Good with us. All right, let's get right into it. Letters to Jack and Bill. Have you ever heard of what's called the reverse sear? Is this a worthwhile trick? From Steve and Raleigh. Reverse sear?
Steve,
I have no idea what that is.
Steve, that is a great question, and yes, I have heard of the reverse sear, and I use it regularly. The reverse sear is a different way to cook meat. Originally, the science of cooking meat come from a guy named Harold McGee. If you get a chance to get the book, it's called the On Food and Cooking: The Lore of the Kitchen. It's a food science book if you want to learn how to, do the food science of what it's all about.
Sometimes that's just too much work.
Yeah, the reverse sear is good though. The dummies version of the reverse sear can be found on my buddy Chris Finney's website, ironpigbbq.com. He explains it very well. What you do is you cook the meat at a low temperature, and then when you get it to a certain point, say 10 degrees from where you want to be as far as your internal temperature goes in your meat. Of course, medium rare is 125, 135, so on and so forth up the chain. So when you get to about 10 degrees before your target temperature of being done, you pull your meat off of the grill. Of course, you're cooking again at a low temperature, and then you let the thermometer kind of wait until it's going to fall, because you have a thing called cook through when you do meats, and so you let your temperature come off the temperature in the meat. You have a thermometer on in the meat, and while when the temperature just starts to come back a little bit, you crank up your grill, you throw it back on, and then you sear the meat. That way, you're actually not exploding the water molecules within the meat itself before you put it on. When you do it that way, you will get perfect meat in the middle, and then in the middle of the meat, and then your outside will be crusty and seared. It's a great way to cook.
Actually, just getting used to this. Has got the infrared like searing thing.
Right.
I'm going to use that. So this is kind of a steak thing.
It can be steak. I use it with roast. I use it with prime rib. It's a great technique to use with a standing rib roast. You put your meat thermometer in there. You cook it low, 250, 300, until the internal temperature gets right to where you want it. You pull it off the grill. Wait till the temperature comes back a little bit because, like I said, you're going to get some cook through. It might not be but a degree or two, but you're going to get some cook through. And then once that thermometer starts to fall back, hit it with the sear, hit it hard, and I'll tell you what, you will come up with a perfectly cooked piece of meat.
And I like the crust, so that's the way to get it, right?
It is the way to get it. We talked about the reverse sear a couple of shows ago, just on a happenstance, and lo and behold, here we are doing a whole show. Go to ironpigbbq.com.
Well, since you mentioned that, our website of the week, ironpigbbq.com.
And it is my buddy Chris Finney's website. He has some other things on there too. He features Maverick thermometers. He has a good price on those, probably one of the better prices across the board. And he's also a Forstner knife representative. And Forstner makes a real good product. And we'll do a show on Forstner knives on down the road. We'll do a show on knives, and we'll show what the Forstners are all about and what that is. Chris also has a bunch of great links on there on how to build boxes, how to build a good parsley box, and so on and so forth. Just a great place for information. Chris is also a superior smoker fella. He does a great job, too.
All right, I'm going to get it right. ironpigbbq.com.
That's
All
right.
right, our secret ingredient coming up in just a second.
Oh.
Not it, though.
Coffee.
A little tease. But right now, our barbecue gadget.
The gizmo.
It says right exactly what it is. The red button. We'll show you. The red button.
The red button. This is a barbecue safety igniter. It does a great job. A lot of TV shows have or not TV shows. A lot of grills have an igniter, automatic igniter on them. When your igniter blows out or it doesn't work anymore, this is the gadget that you want to have. It has a little flexible piece on here. It produces a electronic spark down the bottom down here. You put this in against your propane that's coming out. You get your grill grate or fire source right there. You click the little red button on the top, tick, 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 and it automatically goes ahead and fires it up.
Since it's there's a battery in there. A lot of times you have the flint or whatever it is.
That's right.
But this keeps you from doing the short match right up next to the grill,
which can be a problem, of course.
Lose some eyebrows.
And one of the things this forces you to do, of course, is to open up your lid. Anytime you start a grill, make sure your lid is open. It's a good safety feature, a good thing to be safe. You certainly don't want propane gas to be gathering up underneath your lid, and then you hit it with a match. That'll cause an explosion, which we'll not be happy with, believe me.
Barbecue safety igniter. Check that out. And
it's a Maverick product. I picked it up on Amazon, to be honest with you.
MaverickHousewares.com. Or we'll put a link up as well. Let's see, our secret ingredient. Since we're in the morning time, this is our secret ingredient today, coffee.
Coffee.
And you suggested this. I've never made a coffee rub, but how do you use coffee and stuff?
Well, coffee, when you're building rubs and sauces, you want to go ahead and incorporate a lot of things into your sauce. You want to go through what I call the flavor ride. And when you're going through the flavor ride, you want to introduce sour and sweet and umami and a couple other things. But one of the things you want to bring is bitter. And coffee will bring bitter to your product. Coffee and chocolate are very similar in nature as far as what they can bring to a rub or to a sauce. And coffee will bring, if you just bring black coffee into your barbecue sauce, it'll bring a new dimension of bitter into it. You may have to tone it down a little bit. It's not as bitter as bitters. Of course, Angostura bitters are one of those things that you want to be, careful of if you're using it. But while you're riding the flavor ride, you want to make sure that you bring some kind of bitter into your sauce, and coffee will bring it in.
Now, I haven't used it in a rub or anything, but could you use it for a competition, or is that like something you don't think would jive?
No, it's definitely usable. Like I said, it's something that you want to look into. Instant coffee in a rub brings a new dimension into it. It's a great piece.
Well, how about this now? Starbucks is doing their really good, high, really nice via.
That's right.
Micro. I would think that would probably be something kind of cool to use. So
it would be cool.
That in one of my rubs here in the future.
Definitely do it. Coffee. Coffee is a great thing. A lot of people overlook it. And I tell you what, if you want to make your biscuit gravy better, add a little coffee to it. It makes it wonderful. Brings a new dimension to it as well.
Secret ingredient for that. All right, that's it for today. Bill at greattv.com. Jack at greattv.com will both work, or Jack at carolinapitmasters.com as well.
And Bill at barbecuetricks, I'm sure, .com.
Yep, and we're also on Facebook as well now, so make sure you friend us, and we will see you on the grate.
Hug your mama.